I'm so excited to be here as your host this morning. My name is Kyria Shabazz. I am the Deputy Executive Director for the organization Higher Ground Neighborhood Development Board. And we are here today to honor warriors. We are here today to honor modern day heroes that are standing shoulder to shoulder with you as we speak. We are here to honor a community that had came together to really serve as a foundation and an example of what it's like to leave your legacy for future generations. If it sounds good, let me hear you say yeah. Yeah. Now, just to give you a brief introduction on what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Better Neighborhoods, Same Neighbors initiative. Just to give you a little bit of history on how we all began. I'm very honored to have been here from the beginning. This all started with a planning grant led by East Oakland Neighborhood Initiative. Now, Peony is not a group that you want to play with, y'all. Peony consists of about 15 plus East Oakland community-based organizations with different talents, different strengths that came together to really do authentic community engagement. Now, when I say authentic community engagement, I mean we were on the corner stores, we're at the libraries, at the senior homes, at the schools, at East Oakland Boxing Association to really talk to the community and understand what are the issues that you see what's going on? What are the solutions that you see? And how about give us a list of projects that we can actually implement to make life better for all the residents here from day to day. And from that birth, the 5 awesome projects that's been going on for the past year and a half with BNSN. All right? So before I get into those projects, I just want to first acknowledge a few huge folks that are here with us today. We have staff members from the Governor Newsom's office. We have Margin Salom at the Northern Deputy California Regional Director, External Affairs Office of Governor Gavin Newsom. And we have Antonio Isaias from the NorCal Regional Coordinator. Thank you all for being here. Now, if you're ready to hear the projects, let me hear you say yeah. Yeah! All right. Now, all 5 projects span across 4 transformative climate community strategies. Project number 1, we have the Equitable Housing and Neighborhood Development. That project is led by Related CA and Axe Community Development Corporation, which is right there, right back. All right. Project number 2, we have Active Transportation. We have the bike share program that includes training youth and bike safety, led by Higher Ground and yours truly. And the Scraper Bike Team. We have Urban Greening and Green Infrastructure, a community greening led by Oakland Parks and Recreation Foundation. You all, we're going to have 2,000 trees planted when this is all set. Let's talk a little bit about health and well-being. We have Planning Justice, shout out Gavin, who's running our Aquaponics Farm and Food Hub, provides access to organic, healthy foods and food producing plants available to the community members right here in East Oakland, okay? We also have the San Leandro Urban Creek, which will be replaced, but don't worry, we are still granting access to the MLK shoreline every day with our students, with our bike rides. And so please be on the lookout for that next project. Now, the 4 transformative elements are community engagement, led by the Black Culture Zone. We have workforce development, led by the City of Oakland, Black Culture Zone. Our training partners, Cypress Mandela, as well as West Oakland Jobs Resource Center, and YEP. We got the kids involved, y'all. We also have our displacement avoidance, led by EB Craig. And we have our climate resilience, measured reduction in greenhouse gas emissions, okay? Those are our 5 projects. I would like to also give an honorable mention to our city administrator, Ed Reeskin. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Now, With all great projects, you must have a great leader and even better team. I would like to introduce our leader here for the City of Oakland, Ms. Mayor Libby Schaaf.
Oh, this is a good day for good news in Oakland. I am so excited that we are here to report progress. So often we have press conference to announce our plans, our intentions. But today we are announcing actual results. And this is a lesson for all Californians. When you invest in community leadership, when you invest in their vision, their effort, their work, their priorities, you see results. And that's what we are celebrating here today, because this schedule is actually ahead of schedule. You know, these are all the things that this project promised to do over several years. And this is where we already are. And what I want to particularly celebrate, like, when in the Bay Area do you ever hear the phrase, construction ahead of schedule? Right? These beautiful, affordable units, a quarter of which are going to be housing our formerly unhoused neighbors. It will have a health clinic by our fabulous La Clínica de la Raza. Right there on the ground floor. This is 1 year ahead of schedule. You don't hear that in the Bay Area, ever. And I'm so excited about 200 fruit trees planted in this neighborhood for the babies to enjoy the shade and see the blossoms and taste fresh organic fruit that they actually saw come out of the ground rather than wrapped in plastic at a corner store, if they're lucky enough to get access to fresh produce. That is beautiful. And again, it's ahead of schedule. The 5 schools that have been blessed with the Scraper Bike programming, after school programs. I mean, Scraper Bikes are hella Oakland, no? Only here. It's the only original, right, Scraper Bike team, but they are teaching our young people to ride around in a pollution-free and healthy mode of transit and learning actually how to repair those bikes, getting them some life skills and actually job skills. So these are just some of the few examples of how this project is ahead of schedule. And so that's why I really not only want to add my gratitude to the incredible community leaders, these incredible organizations that have made this vision and these results possible, but I also really want to clap it up for Governor Gavin Newsom. This Strategic Growth Council model is truly inspirational. This is not your grandpa's government. This is not top-down. This is from the community and allowing that vision, that talent to run free and to produce these kinds of inspirational results. That is not how state government used to work. So I just want to commend you, our leaders from the state of California, in investing in the brilliance of this community right here in East Oakland. Thank you.
Wow, incredible. Well, we're going to continue moving on right along with this wonderful morning. Next, I would love to introduce Lynn Von Coach-Liebert. Lynn Von Coach-Liebert is the Executive Director of the California Strategic Growth Council, SGC, which works to achieve sustainability, equity, economic prosperity, and quality of life for all Californians. Lynn has held a variety of executive level roles in the public and private sectors, working both nationally and internationally to effectuate change. She has worked across a variety of sectors, including affordable housing, homelessness, international development, logistics infrastructure, resiliency, and emergency planning. Ladies and gentlemen, Lynn Von Coach-Liebert.
Good morning. I am so excited to be with you all here today. Thank you so much for inviting us to join you on this historic day. It is, one thing to plan. It is another thing to stand in a place where the planning is making a difference. And so I just want to congratulate everybody for all the effort, the time, the vision, and the hard work that has gone into making each of these components turning into each of these realities. So, as I was thinking about the Resource Center today, one of the things that was really striking me was around one of the themes that we have for the Transformative Climate Communities program this year. And that's about reconnecting, re-engaging, recharging, creating space and finding time to say, okay, as we're coming hopefully to the end of this pandemic, as we're getting through this harder hump, how do we find the place, the people to recharge, to reconnect, to recommit to the values and the work that we all set out to do a number of years ago, and that we've continued to do throughout the pandemic, but that it's been so hard. And so to be here, to have a resource center that embodies that ability to recharge, reconnect, re-engage, continue to invest in the community priorities is just an incredible investment and a decision from this community. So congratulations on thinking about having the place to do this hard work and having the place to inspire people to come together to do this work. So as I've been standing looking around at the books, talking to people, seeing the incredible progress that's being made, I keep thinking about what is this room going to look like in the coming months? And I think about all of the incredible opportunities that are ahead of you. We're standing at the point where we have just an unprecedented amount of resources coming through from the state government, from the federal government, focused on equity-centric climate investments that are thinking about how do you build communities in a holistic, community-driven way. And I can just imagine that as these applications are coming out, as more resources are coming forward, as we're really thinking about rebuilding and responding to a climate future that is community-focused, that is community-centric, that this is the type of place where that work is going to be coming from. The other thing that I kept thinking about in this room is we're also standing at a unique position with the Transformative Climate Communities program, where thanks to the legislature and Governor Newsom, we have an additional $420 million that we're going to be able to award. So what that looks like is dozens of communities like yours that over the next couple of years are going to be where you are today, visioning, planning, coordinating, putting community first, and building out the priorities to be the vision that you want to see. And so the request that I have for you all is, one, just please continue to share with us your progress, because we want to share what's happening. We want to help the communities around the state see what is possible and see from example of what's happening here in Oakland. And the other thing is I hope it's an open invitation for us to keep coming back. Because I think one of the things that I like the most about the TCC program is that when we show up to share what is happening in a community space, we are met by community partners from all across the board. People are invested in this program and in these relationships. And when we're bringing legislators, when we're bringing community partners, when we're bringing other communities from around the state that are hoping to replicate what you're already doing here, it really helps that we can show this progress. So I will be back. I hope there's an open invitation for us to come and to share the amazing work that's happening across all of the different projects. And again, congratulations, and thank you so much for being such a leader in this program.
Wow, incredible. Thank you so much. Next, we would love to introduce our council member for District 7. Her leadership allows us to expand and connect our projects from neighborhood to neighborhood. Ms. Treva Reed.
Thank you. This is just an amazing day to celebrate, to congratulate the work of just our amazing community members who have led this initiative. This is about you. This is about the work that you have led, standing on the forefront, holding us accountable as state leaders, as city leaders, as community partners to deliver for our community now. And we know that this just represents more of what we need to truly invest deeper in East Oakland, in Black and brown communities that we know have been significantly impacted, where we've not seen the measure of investment into our community, into our families, for us to truly realize the vision of Oakland, for us to thrive, for us to have the vibrancy from every corridor of this community. And so this is an exciting day. This is incredible work. I sat at a table or 2 or 3 with Ione at the library and watched the brilliant minds of our community come together with figuring out how we would elevate funding advocacy to deliver $28 million for us here. How they would work collectively to strategize and come up with a plan that we could implement and execute and see the development that we're looking at across the street. That we're looking at a project that truly is a part of how we transform our lives. I know personally just how much what we have put into this investment for our community means. I've grown up in community, I've grown up with housing instability. I know what it means to have the exasperated stress of not having a home, of not having food, of not having healthy corridors, of not feeling safe in your community. And I believe that what we are investing collectively in our community, in real lives, in real people, in our neighbors, in our family, is about how we transform the city, how we show up in our motto. Mayor Schaaf, with you, with our city administrators, with this interagency, intergenerational collective force of community working and building and lifting and empowering and seeing us truly thrive here from one generation to the next. This is how we counter the displacement that we have long endured. This is how we bring a community into a place of health and wholeness and peace. This is how we model investing, preserving, protecting, and ensuring that our community is prioritized. And so I thank our leaders. Long before I got here, this work was being done. And so this moment is certainly not about me. I'm just honored and privileged that I get to represent the force of the people who are behind this. Because what you, our community, have delivered in this moment, we will deliver more. We will stand stronger. We'll keep fighting together. We have secured as a city, with the advocacy of our community, hundreds of millions of dollars. We just won a $2 million grant. We got $215 million that we secured. We are in the budget process right now. Show up with us in this budget process. Call into the July 19th meeting. Call in to the July 26th meeting as we're advocating for more housing, more transitional age youth housing, more housing for our unhoused families to be sheltered, to be safe, to be protected, to have the stability. This is just one moment in this movement of how we deliver more for all of us. When East Oakland rises, this city will rise. Power to show up in East Oakland, we will see this city transform like it has never been realized in our 170-year history. This is a shift for us. And it may feel like a small